Football Queensland's coverage of the 2019 NPL, NPLW and FQPL season is brought to you by Play Football. Join the team today. Visit playfootball.com.au to find your nearest club. Football Foundation, making football more accessible for every income, every gender, every ability, every background, every Indigenous Queenslander. Donate today.
One grand finalist already decided for the 2019 FQPL Grand Final. Who will join the Sunshine Coast Wanderers in next weekend's big dance? We're at Tarelwa Park. It's the second preliminary final from the Football Queensland Premier League, the 2019 season, with Capalaba taking on Rochedale. It's Rafe Griffin with you in commentary this afternoon as we see the sun sitting in the western sky, the two teams coming out onto the park. Well, we can't do this without sponsors, and the Capalaba Bulldogs would like to thank their sponsors, F45 and Hog's Breath Cafe, while Rochdale are thankful for the support of Antec and Monkey Tree Brewing Co. Let's take you through the two team lineups for this afternoon. For Capalaba, in goal is Curtis Goodwin. 2, Christian Carboni. 3, Jack Boxall. 4, James Keogh. 5, Liam O'Brien. 7, Justin McMullen. 8, Connor Booth. 9, Josh Sherwood. 10, Rio Ono. 12, Ollie Ferran. 14, Stu Edgar. 16, Hayden Ibrahim. 17, Ryan Kokel. 19, Jake Sherwood. 20, Nick Robinson. And the reserve goalkeeper is Daniel Westling. The Bulldogs are coached by David Booth. For Rochdale this afternoon, in goal is Declan Murphy. 2, Phil Davis. 5, Joey Field. 8, Caleb Ackland. 11, Graham Fife. 12, Liam MacArthur. 13, Riley Swindles. 14, Todd Norris. 17, Reece Bregan. 20, Ryan Stenhouse. And 23, Matt Melville. Substitutes for Rochdale this afternoon, Jackson Rossi, Bailey Davies, Aidan Walsh, Harry McDonald. And the reserve keeper is Tommy Carroll. And Rochdale are coached by Scott McNichol. Our match officials this afternoon powered by Total Tools. With the whistle is Isidro Terol Crespo, and he'll be assisted by Cameron Fawcett and Jess Borg. Well, the outdoor football season is almost over, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Futsal is perfect for keeping fit and improving your technical skills come season's end. Keep your outdoor team together and play futsal during the off-season. Visit playfutsalqld.com.au to find out more. So Capalaba broken away from their pre-match huddle. Rochdale now breaking away from theirs. Rochdale with first use of possession in preliminary final 2 of the 2019 FQPL season. Looks like we've got a bit of an issue down with the left-hand side of the net. That Isidro Terol Crespo is seeking the assistance of one of the Mitchelton officials with. So we're just going to have a slight delay to kick off while we get that fixed. Teams are ready to go. The ground official sent scurrying to try and rectify the situation. Perhaps just a little bit of a hole in the net to the left-hand side. That requires some resolution. As always, you can let us know your thoughts on this game on the Football Queensland Facebook post. Let us know where you're watching in from, who you think will join the Sunshine Coast Wanderers next weekend in the grand final. We're also going to be keeping a close eye on the women's match that's currently in progress between Capalaba and Lions. Lions, a couple of weeks ago, had the opportunity to wrap up the premiership, but couldn't do so when they suffered their first loss to the Gap. And 57 minutes in, they've just scored a goal. Tegan Riding has put Lions ahead 1-0 against Capalaba. Lions just need a point to ensure that they get out of the reach of Moreton Bay. Now I think we're ready to go. I think Declan Murphy has helped out on that left-hand side. And now all is in readiness for this second preliminary final to get underway. Rochedale Rovers in the yellow and green, Capalaba in the predominant blue with the yellow. Second preliminary final from the FQ. Sorry, we're going to observe a minute's silence. Apologies for that. So a minute's silence observed. That could well be for the passing of the mother of the Mitchelton president, Gary Green. Sincere condolences to the Green family. And now we're underway. Second preliminary final from the 2019 FQPL. It's Capalaba taking on Rochdale Rovers. And first collect this afternoon for Curtis Goodwin in the Capalaba goal as the artificial light begins to take over from the natural light here at Terrelba Park. We're at Mitchelton neutral or non-home finals in this year's FQPL. Throw-ins aimed for Stu Edgar, who made a surprise reappearance for Capalaba a couple of weeks ago in that promotion clinching win against Logan Lightning. Told that he was done for the season, but made a re-emergence in that vital round 18 clash, and now takes part for the Bulldogs during the final series. Of course, the Bulldogs having the week off last weekend, courtesy of finishing in the top two. It's there for Norris of Rochdale. That decision is going Rochdale Rovers' way. Throwing comes down the line, unable to link up with any of the Rochdale players. Contest there for Joey Field. Played at the Bulldogs in recent years, nodded on by Boxall. Rochdale come on the attack. Here's the skipper, Davis. Back for the veteran Stenhouse. Got a touch back from Swindles. Switch of play from Stenhouse. Picking out that player on the left-hand side in Joey Field. Rochdale without the services of Johnny McCain today, as well as Danny Byrne, Ben Enjoy, Greg Cheshire. Started the season, all those players at Rochdale, but through various circumstances, Scott McNichol unable to call on them today, and flag went up for offside, but the referee will pay the offside against Todd Norris. So it'll be Goodwin's free kick after the flag went up from the assistant on this side. He booms it long into the attacking half of Capalaba. Waiting there was Kokal for the Bulldogs. On by Carbone. MacArthur will just try and steer that across the sideline. Edgar had other thoughts, however. Capalaba, of course, finishing the season in second place. 12 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses. but that was enough to secure promotion to next year's NPL. Here's Ono. Kept on here for Ono. Takes a touch, delivers the cross in for Redgar. The Rochdale player steers it away from goal. Perhaps dangerous times there for the Rovers as Davis puts this one up the right-hand touch line, but just runs out of room. Does the experienced Graham Fife. Davis it was with the touch. Josh Sherwood. Booth. Some of the Capalaba players looking for a free kick. Isidro Tirol Crespo allows the advantage to continue. And O'Brien will mop up here for the Bulldogs. The Rochdale Rovers finished the season in fourth, had to go to last week's elimination final as the first step in the final series. As we see Kokal running onto this one. Held at close quarters. No one there in blue waiting for the cutback. And allows Fife to come away with it for Rochdale. 9 wins, 3 losses. 3 draws, I should say, and 6 losses for the Rovers this year. Brief mistake by O'Brien. The Bulldogs recover. And it's going Rochdale's way. Josh Sherwood none too happy with that decision. Norris. Now Joey Field. His opponent will be Carbone. Can he get around him? He pokes a cross in along the byline. And it's steered away from the goal. And goal kick to Capalaba, who have come under a little bit of a barrage of shots from Rochdale in the early stages. Goodwin's had to be involved 3 times so far. No shortage of goals for Rochdale scored this year. 49 goals through the regular season, puts them in 3rd place. A bit of a leaky defence that cost them 37 goals conceded, the 6th worst in the league. Well, for Capalaba, just 1 goal behind their opponents today in terms of goals scored with 48. And equals 2nd in defence, 26 goals conceded through their 18 matches of the FQPL regular season. Free kicks taken by Boxall. Met at the edge of the area by Ackland. Josh Sherwood. Plenty of talk out there already. They'll come all the way back to Goodwin. Here the Bulldogs. Looks up, spots what's ahead of him. Goes straight down the middle. Edgar with the attempted flicker on. Here he is again, Stu Edgar. Target is Ono this time. No one anticipating flat foot from both teams, but Booth in to win the ball for his side. And now Edgar. He's managed to keep it in. Gets a cross delivered in. No one there waiting. And it'll just be steered across the goal line. No danger there for Declan Murphy in the Rochdale goal. I mentioned last week that Rochdale had to come through the elimination final. They were 3-2 winners against Mitchelton last weekend. Kept 2019 open for them. Knocking out the Mustangs in due course. The Mustang, and Robinson's cop one where you don't want to cop him. And the referee will bring a halt to play here momentarily. Might take Nick a bit of time to recover from that one. A few giggles from the gentlemanly folk watching on. Just checking in once again over at John Fredericks What's going on there? No advanced on the 1-0 goal line or goal scorer that Lions currently have over Capalaba. Here come Rochedale. It's cut out by Boxall of Capalaba. Goodwin, once again with another booming goal kick. Under pressure there was the Rochdale player in Melville. Capalaba forced the turnover. Bouncy pitch at Terrelba Park. And Murphy almost came off his line. He was saved by his defender and having to mop that one up. Here comes Booth arriving on the scene. McMullen. Forward progression for the Bulldogs. Again, it's Connor Booth. Robinson appears to have recovered from that earlier inconvenience. And Murphy comes and collects the ball at the edge of the area. He goes straight down the middle of the park and into the attacking half. Fife tries to get a foot on it, falls fortuitously for Norris, and here's Fife again. Fife, he gets round one, and couldn't get a shot away in the end. Robinson in there with the block. So corner, the first one for Rochdale. Fife, the man over the take, it did the damage last week against Mitchelton. Not in terms of goal scoring, but certainly in creating chances and chopping up the Mustangs. So it's lofted high. Can he deal with it here? Good when he could. He punched away. And then was Carboni brought down? Yes, says the referee. So a relieving free kick for the Bulldogs. Well, if you have just joined us, the Facebook we had a few issues with, but we're now live on air. You haven't missed anything so far. No goals in the opening 12 minutes of this FQPL preliminary final at Terrelba Park between Capalaba and Rochdale. Nothing really in terms of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities either. Great to have your company on a Sunday evening. Here's Norris. Capalaba get it away through Kokal. Edgar just holds momentarily for Booth and gets the return ball back here. Stu Edgar threads one through Verono. And he plays it back for his keeper there, Des Ackland. Capalaba had the week off last week after that massive 2-0 win against Logan Lightning in round 18 at the Kennel to secure promotion to the NPL. Rio Ono, the man with a brace that night, and that was good enough for the 3 points and for Capalaba to be confirmed as second place on the FQPL table for 2019. As O'Brien's asked to advance the ball 10 metres or so. Throw-in comes into the box. Plenty of yellow shirts there clumped around Stu Edgar. Carbone. Here's Carbone once again. Held at close quarters by Ackland. Carbone trying to weave his way around the Rochdale defender. Have to suffice with a throw-in. Ono comes searching for the ball. And it'll come off the Rochdale player. First corner for Capalaba now. McMullen looks like the man to take this first corner for the Bulldogs this evening. Players gathering around the keeper, Declan Murphy. There's a further clump at the edge of the area. Which way will McMullen go here? Pack at the edge of the box will break soon. Ono comes short as the option. So too does Booth. Instead, it's played more in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Carbone. Is this too far for Edgar to reel in? Indeed it is. There was a bit of a quirk in the draw this year that saw Rochdale and Capalaba, their two regular season encounters, came the week after each other. They played each other in round 9, where Rochdale Rovers were 3-2 victors against Capalaba. Rochdale did the job away from home, and then, as I said, in that quirk, they played again in round 10 as Fife almost looked to take a shot. Here's Norris, buys himself some room, clips the feet of the Capalaba defender. And good save by Goodwin to deny the opening goal for Rochdale. I think it's Swindles it was with the shot towards goal. It was deflected out for a corner by Goodwin. Once again, it's Graham Fife. Of course, made the red move from Redlands, where he'd been for a long time. Up against his former coach here today, Matt Chandler, who sits on the bench for Capalaba as their technical director. Just going back to the regular season again, yes, as I said, back in round 9, Capalaba went down at home to Rochdale Rovers 3-2, but then got revenge immediately the next week in round 10. And in a very convincing way. Capalaba 5-1 winners in round 10 over Rochdale. 5-1 winners over Rochdale in round 10. That all the way back on the 18th of May. So these teams haven't seen each other in almost 3 months. McMullen. Might be able to hear the whistles behind us. The synthetic field here at Mitchelton now in full swing. Been open for a couple of months now, and it looks absolutely glorious. Bit of six-a-side football going on behind us. That's a valuable asset for Mitchelton to use in the future. Big club, over 1,000 players here. So field use at a premium, so that will come in extremely handy to relieve some of the pressure that comes on clubs in terms of field use and the effects that come with wear as a result of that. Terrell Park 1,000,000 times better than what it was at this time last year. And that one just scoots over the crossbar. Murphy once again not required to be called into action. Ben Kudajar cheering on Rochdale Rovers, so too is Troy Gilfeather. Great to have your company on this Sunday afternoon, going into Sunday evening. Oh no, chest down. Josh Sherwood. O'Brien. Boxall. Return ball from Booth. Takes a deflection off the Rochdale player in Bregan. O'Brien tries to get around Bruggen, couldn't do so. And a narrow angle to work with. Oh, Edgar was severely inconvenienced there by MacArthur. And the referee's picked it out. Free kick to the Bulldogs in dangerous territory. Right at the edge of the attacking third. Kokel, the man standing over the ball. McMullen also presented himself as an option before wandering off. 3 in the wall for Rochdale. So it'll be Kokel's free kick. He's aimed it towards the back stick. There's a Capalaba player that's gone down. No whistle from the referee, and it'll be a goal kick to Rochdale. So 20 minutes played. No score in the second preliminary final of the FQPL. Winner goes to next Saturday's grand final down at Underwood Park, where they'll take on the Premiers, Sunshine Coast Wanderers, who had to wait till late last night. Plucky Ipswich Knights team took the Wanderers all the way to the sword. Ben Parkinson in the 89th minute for Sunshine Coast Wanderers delivered the winner. 2-1 over Ipswich Knights, which ended the 6th place team's finals charge. Massive improvement from the Knights this year. I'm led to believe they're through to the under-20s grand final, so there's plenty of good in the future there for the Ipswich Knights. Josh Sherwood off the left foot. Couldn't get enough on it. Davis was there to try and stop Josh Sherwood as well, and just did enough for Sherwood to get a weaker than expected shot towards goal, and Declan Murphy easily mopped up. Nodded on by Robinson. Now O'Brien down the line. I know he's going to try and provide some hassle for Davis. Josh Sherwood comes away with it, then McMullen, and now Robinson. Another former Redlands man out there. Carbone. Kokel. Once again, the throw-in taker will be asked to take the throw-in in the correct position. Now Capalaba starting to settle into their work a little more. That was a little ill-directed. End-to-end action at the moment. Davis looks up. Spots Norris. Norris with 2 goals last week in that win against Mitchelton in the elimination final, as Edgar is caught in an offside position. I think we're coming back for a free kick, in fact. The referee is playing advantage. The offside flag went up. So it'll come back for the earlier foul. Just inside Capalaba's defensive half. Taken by Boxall. And Ono this time caught in an offside position, so this time the play will break up due to the offside decision. Neil Johnston watching in from England, cheering on the Rovers. Great to have you watching on a Sunday morning back in the motherland, Neil. And A.B. Robertson cheering on the Doggies. Well, Football Queensland is excited to announce the launch of a new referee website, a comprehensive online resource for referees across Queensland. The FQ Referee website has been developed to assist match officials of all skill levels and qualifications to grow their understanding of the game and progress through refereeing pathways in the state. Take a quick check of the stats momentarily. Plenty of chat from the Rochdale skipper, Phil Davis. Possession going Capalaba's way, 57-43% at the moment. Bulldogs with 2 shots towards target, just one of them on target. And Rochdale with 3 shots, 1 on target, 2 off target. That's the summary midway through the first half. And that match at Capalaba, it's got really exciting. Capalaba 2-2 against Lions, 5 minutes remaining. It's still good enough for Lions to be able to seal the premiership. They went 2-0 ahead on 69 minutes, Lions. Look to have escaped the nerves, but then just 2 minutes later, Capalaba brought it back to 2-1. And on the 83rd minute, just a short time ago, Capalaba have made it 2-2. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next 6 or 7 minutes, plus stoppage time. Can Lions finally wrap up the NPLW Premiership in Rob Askew's first year at the club? Carboni went in. Referee said it was fairly, just went over the ball rather than into the player. So long throwing into the area, the tactic this time for Rochdale. Fife will chase it down, plays it out for Davis. Again, Fife, Stenhouse. Melville. Quick touch on from Davis, and then the same from Fife. Maybe a little bit too quickly. It's going to come all right for Rochdale, though. Bregan. Across the face of goal. Some nerves momentarily for Curtis Goodwin in the Capalaba goal, but would have been fearful of a yellow shirt being at the far post waiting fortuitously for the Bulldogs. No one there. So a bit of an ebb and flow in terms of the momentum of this game. Rochdale had it early doors, and Capalaba wrestled it there for a while. Perhaps it's back in Rochdale's sphere once more. Former East teammates, McMullen and Stenhouse. Stenhouse with a definite height advantage in that encounter. Now it's Davis. Stenhouse, arrives quickly. Bregan, was he brought down? Yes, says the referee. McMullen has a wry look back at the Rochdale man. Taken quickly by Fife as Goodwin was trying to set up half a wall. But he's quick onto it, Curtis Goodwin. Had to scurry across to his right to ensure that Fife's free kick wouldn't bring up the opening goal. Ever alert, the guile of Graham Fife. And just slides past the wee Scotsman that time. Gives the thumbs up, though, to Davis to say thanks very much for the effort. Referee playing advantage as Booth was brought down in the background. Here's Ono. Ono off the left foot, straight into the heels of the Rochdale player. And that allows them to recover through Swindles. Davis. Fife. Davis is out wider on the right if he wanted to come to him. Was he brought down there, the Rochdale player? He's looking towards the referee. I think it's Norris. Referee says no contact, or at least unfair contact. And now the ball's played out. There's a Capalaba player down in the background. I think it might be Connor Booth, who's just clutching it around about the left knee or left hamstring. So the Capalaba physio will be brought out. There's plenty of talk between the respective camps and referee Isidro Terol Crespo. Davis pointing to something that's happened down in the defensive area of Rochdale. Just trying to calm things down, Isidro Terol Crespo. About to head into stoppage time at John Frederick. Still 2-2 between Capalaba and Lions. Now the referee having a chat to Riley Swindles. Booth is escorted over to this near touchline. So Capalaba momentarily down to 10. I think he's just complaining of some stray stud marks just above the left knee. So just be played a throw-in that resulted. Will just be played across the goal line by Reece Bregan. And we'll restart with the Capalaba goal kick as Connor Booth re-enters the fray. Capalaba back to 11. An errant goal kick for that time round from Goodwin. Slipping over was Norris. There was no contact. MacArthur back to his keeper in Murphy. Calling it from this right-hand side was Davis. Ignores that Murphy. Norris again influential up front for Rochedale. Ono has to chase hard here. It's MacArthur again in defence, just shields it for his keeper. Stenhouse. On the left-hand side. Field it was. Backheel falls into the path of Fife and Field. And just have to be content with a corner. Field was trying to pick out Graham Fife, but just didn't have the footwork to be able to do that. Players crowding Goodwin within the 6-yard area. Waiting this corner to come in. Here it comes. Players scurrying around. Goodwin punches away. Only as far as Swindells. Cleared away by Robinson and Davis on the scene. Good back heel by MacArthur trying to loop it over the top, but the Rochdale players caught in an offside position. So that breaks that play down. Quick free kick taken. Davis, was he collected by Edgar? Yes, there's the referee. Right in front of our camera position, and Stu Edgar explains his case. A bit of a smile from the referee. Fife and Davis have a discussion. Who's going to put it into the mixer? Davis says, I'll put it in. Pulls rank with the captaincy. Here is Davis's free kick. Just chipped in. Punched away by Goodwin. It's full time down at the kennel. Come back to that score in just a moment. Ono plays it square for Edgar. And now Stenhouse with the clearance as far as field. So it's finished 2-2 between Lions and Capalaba in that NPLW match. And if my maths are right, that seals the premiership for Lions. So they couldn't get it done 2 weeks ago, but they've finally been crowned the premiers for 2019. So congratulations to Rob Askew, the coach of Lions, and his side. A draw good enough to clinch the premiership. We just wait on the NPL men's now, which will be decided over the next couple of rounds. Lions, of course, in the box seat there as well. A lead over Peninsula Paralympic officially out of the race last night after their loss to the Strikers. As this corner is delivered in. Olympic beaten comprehensively by the Strikers last night, playing a predominantly youth side. Olympic in preparation for their FFA Cup game, the important one in the round of 16 on Wednesday night at Perry Park against the A-League's Adelaide United. Here's Edgar, who's chasing hard against Davis. Davis just elects to put it across the sideline. Plenty of chat coming from Declan Murphy in the Rochdale goal. Bit of movement coming from Capalaba. Chested down by Edgar. Couldn't reach Josh Sherwood. Contest between Boxall and Norris. Norris gets the better of it. Stenhouse was just left short against his other number 20 in Robinson, but once again, Rochdale able to steer away. Boxall with the clearance away. Straight back to the Rochdale player, however. Swindells. Oh, good nick in by Yono. Not only handy in attack, helping out with a little bit of defensive work that time as well. Stenhouse. Fife barking for it on the left-hand side. Davis throws up the hands on this hand side, and MacArthur ignores his signal, and plenty of chat coming in from Davis. Now he gets onto it. Two in front of him. Switch of play for Fife. Sizes up Carbone. Dances left, dances right, then dances left again. Fife has his ball cut out by Booth. Edgar. Beaten one. Beaten another. Still going Stu Edgar. Clashes hard into the Rochdale player. Once again, he was looking for the free kick and the referee wouldn't oblige. Straight down the other end of the park. Norris. He's got the ball in here behind the defence as Robertson made defensive error. Carbone. As a Capalaba player slips there at the inopportune time. It opens up again here for Rovers. Field trying to keep his feet. And goal kick will be the result. So just on 8.5 minutes here to the halftime break. No score. Of course, we need a winner tonight, so we'll go to extra time. If we're still locked up after 90 minutes, and if we're still locked up after 120, it's the penalty shootout. Wendy Thompson cheering on the doggies. Bit of an even contest so far, not much to test the keepers. Keenly contested also. Well, LD Miniroos kickoff is in a nutshell is an introductory program for children aged between 4 and 9 years old. Each weekly 45-minute game based, and each child receives an LD Miniroos participant pack, which includes a boot bag, football water bottle, and a sticker sheet. Rochdale trying to launch an attack again. Norris, who has become the focal point up front. Good recovery from Fife. Near no strangers to each other. Graham Fife, Josh Sherwood. Davis slips across the face of goal again, and with Norris lurking. Robinson elects just to put it across the byline. Another corner here for the Rovers. Ken Rochdale find the back of the net here in the final 6.5 minutes and take a lead to the half-time break. On the balance of probability, they probably had the better chances of those that have come so far. So Stenhouse's free kick. Corner, I should say. It's looped high, back stick. Nodded away from goal and then hacked away by the Capalaba player, only as far as the edge of the area where the Rochdale player was awaiting in Melville. MacArthur cut back. And once again, Robinson forced to act for his side in the defensive unit. Away by Josh Sherwood. Almost into our camera position. Swindells. 5 stretches out was enough to keep Norris in the play. And Goodwin thought about picking it up, thought it might have been a back pass and had to get her away with the boot in the end. Field. He's got 2 defenders there to deal with. And can't link up with a teammate, and Josh Sherwood tries to send the Bulldogs forward once more. Oh no. Contested possession in the middle of the park. Carbone up against field of Rochedale. Does well to get out of there. There's Carbone. Here he is again. This time it's Norris applying the pressure. Rochdale will be happy with keeping Capalaba in that little pocket of the field at the moment. Is he offside here? Oh no, the flag stays down. Murphy hacks away in the nick of time. McMullen does enough shielding. The Capalaba player regains his feet. Stenhouse tries to get in there as well. A few questions being asked of the referee at the moment, as you can imagine. Both teams' season on the line. Eventually a free kick will come. Well, Stenhouse will be asked to come back to the right position and take that one. 3 minutes until the half-time whistle, plus any stoppages. And, of course, the outdoor football season is almost over, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Lands here for the Rochdale player. Keeper called for it. Bit of head tennis. Flicked over by Swindells. McMullen out to chase it. Can he get there? Good work by McMullen. Davis. It's the return ball. Phil Davis now plays it square. Swindells. Stenhouse. Field out to chase. In fact, that was Ackland. Melville. Now it's Field. Thinks one over for Fife, who becomes one-on-one with the keeper there almost. Couldn't poke it away. Another scare for Capalaba. And as I was saying, the outdoor football season is almost over, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Futsal is perfect for keeping fit and improving your technical skills come season's end. Keep your outdoor team together and play futsal during the off-season. Visit playfutsalqld.com.au to find out more. Can Capalaba find one potentially? in the last 90 seconds plus stoppages would be against the run of play. Be crucial for one of these sides to come away with the psychological advantage before Oranges. Field. Can he get one off the left foot? He does confuse Curtis Goodwin. And Joey Field has put Rochdale ahead 60 seconds before the break. It was good lead-up play, good footwork from Joey Field to be able to deceive the keeper. And Joey Field, his 4th goal of the season, comes in the 45th minute of the first half of the second preliminary final, and looks like Rochdale will be going into the sheds with a psychological advantage. And on the balance of play, they've probably deserved that against the Bulldogs. So how will David Booth and Matt Chandler handle that half-time talk? It might have been a little bit different a couple of seconds ago. Might have to be readjusted after that goal scored by Rochdale. Of course, coming into this match, the underdogs finishing in 4th place compared to Capalaba's 2nd place. So into stoppage time, referee adjudicates in favour of Rochdale. They'll be in no hurry to take this free kick in the lead up to the half-time whistle being blown. Should probably only get a minute of stoppage time. There was just that brief injury to Connor Booth, as well as the ground announcer's giving it to Reece Bregan. Now I'm double checking myself. Confirm that goal scorer at half-time. Rochdale just content to play it in that corner, but the flag's gone up on this near side for half-time, and Isidro Terrell Crespo decides that that's enough for the first half, and Rochdale, right on the stroke of half-time, have broken the deadlock, and they go into the sheds 1-0 leaders in this second preliminary final in the Football Queensland Premier League. So it's Rochdale at the moment in the box seat to take on the Wanderers next week, but all that could change in the second half with a Capalaba fight back. Make sure you stick with us. We're going to take a bit of a break, go and grab a beverage or two, and we'll be back with you shortly for second half action where Rochdale lead Capalaba 1-0.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Hey guys, it's Andy here from Football Queensland. I'm checking in with you guys because I have a really exciting opportunity for anyone that played Aldi Mini Roos football in 2019. We are looking for the new face of Aldi Mini Roos to be our 2020 Play Football campaign front runner. Now we are looking for you guys to send in your videos of you acting. You could be introducing your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your football team, whatever it may be. Send us your videos and you may just be the star of Aldi Mini Roos in Queensland. Looking forward to seeing all your videos and picking that next front runner. See you guys soon. Check it out.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit. It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebrations.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Hey guys, it's Andy here from Football Queensland. I'm checking in with you guys because I have a really exciting opportunity for anyone that played Aldi Mini Roos football in 2019. We are looking for the new face of Aldi Mini Roos to be our 2020 Play Football campaign front runner. Now we are looking for you guys to send in your videos of you acting. You could be introducing your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your football team, whatever it may be. Send us your videos and you may just be the star of Aldi Mini Roos in Queensland. Looking forward to seeing all your videos and picking that next front runner. See you guys soon. Check it out.
So the players back out for the second half. Second preliminary final, 2019 FQPL. I don't have to go to the optometrist in the morning. It has been confirmed that it was Joey Field that scored that goal right on the verge of half-time. And that gives Rochdale the slender 1-0 advantage going into the second 45-minute stanza. So We'll be back underway shortly. How will Capalaba respond? They will get the use of the ball in the second half first through Stu Edgar. So back underway at Tarelwa Park in the second preliminary final. Rochdale with a 1-0 lead over their higher ranked opponents this evening in Capalaba, who are looking to go from the get-go. Away by Davis. Intercepted by Booth. Rochdale player arrives on the scene in Bregan. Davis just looking to hold it up momentarily. In fact, it was Fife as Rochdale come on the attack. Bregan leaves it behind him, however. And a shot on goal, very much against the run of play in the early doors of the second half. It's an easy save for Goodwin in the end, but it needed to be Capalaba that came out the better in the second half. Rochdale, the early ascendancy as Goodwin spotted off his line and Fife opportunistically takes a pot shot from long range. Couldn't find the target, but it's the next best thing with a corner here for his side. Fife the man to take it. Looking at the stats, it's totally reversed. Rochdale now with the advantage in terms of possessions. 56-44 as Fife takes this corner. It's punched high by Goodwin. Be another corner, for this time from the other side for Rochdale. And the shot since we checked in from the midway point of the first half. Still just the 3 from Capalaba that we had midway through the first half, but Rochdale with 8 shots, 4 of them on target, including the goal to Joey Field. 4 off target, 8-3. Rochdale leads the shots. This time it's Stenhouse. Crowded 6-yard box. Fallonly, Carboni gets it away. Edgar tried to nod on for his own advantage, lofted high by Swindells. Punched away in the end. Goodwin was forced into that with Bregan right underneath him. Again, they get across in here. Rochdale, it's been dealt with. Now McMullen tries to get his side out of dangerous territory. Kokal. And a bit of a tear here. Cardona on his outside. He goes to ground. The referee does blow the whistle. Melville, the offender, and then the background, Carboni also down in his defensive half. Kokal's back to his feet. Carbone. Close inspection from Nick Robinson, who says, gonna need some treatment for this. Left knee the issue for Carbone, and Robinson tries to stretch it out, and I'm not sure he can apply much pressure to that left leg. Christian Carbone. So we'll see whether he can continue here. Capalaba substitutes warming up in the background. Nick Robinson over for a chat with David Booth. Pointing towards his boot, maybe just getting a change of boots. Plenty of Doggy supporters out there this evening. And Rover supporters, in fact, as well. Amanda Hanson, Lizzie Fife, Troy Baldwin. Good to have you watching on this Sunday night football. Carbone's over to this near touchline. Nick Robinson looks like he's attended to, in fact, no, he's still coming back, so a couple short in attack here Capalaba. Kokel's free kick. He's looking for Robinson to see whether he'll get involved in the play. He won't be able to get back in time. 2 in the wall for Rochdale. Kokel gives the signal. It's just dinked over the top. And it's forced for a goal kick. So Carboni will be allowed to jog back on. Robinson's going to move back to his position as well. So it's back to situation normal for the Bulldogs. Won't be forced into a change just at this juncture. As we see Murphy's goal kick. Ono nods on. Booth. Oh, he puts it straight into the path of Fife. Now the goal scorer Field. Oh, it's a not convincing back pass, and Goodwin tries to collect it. Who was putting the pressure on there for Rochdale? It was Reece Bregan. And again, the doggies come under some pressure. They managed to scramble. Touched by Field. Carbone. Calling for it on the right-hand side is Kokel. Slides past Ono, and Kokel throws the head back to say, come on, boys, you should have come my way. Switch of play for Field. Intercepted by Carbone. Here is Kokel. Apologises to Rio Ono. Crucial foot in from Carbone. Hacked away by Robinson. Edgar's going to put the pressure on MacArthur. No free kick, says the referee. Field will just watch that go across the sideline. Five, good flick on. Just over the head of Field, however. And Norris couldn't keep it within the confines. So waiting in the wings are the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. As the score remains the way it is at the moment, they'll be the home side against Rochdale at Underwood Park next Saturday night as Edgar tries to clip one in, and the referee points to the spots. So the doggies with a chance here to equalise the ledger from 12 yards. Referee in good proximity to rule, spotted the infringement and had no hesitation at all in pointing to the spot. So it'll be Stu Edgar up against Declan Murphy. Can he equalise here? Stu Edgar. As always, keenly watched on a penalty attempt. Here's Edgar's attempt, and he puts it away past Declan Murphy. 9 minutes into the second half, and Capalaba have equalised from the penalty spot. Stu Edgar, 12th goal in 12 games this season. Keeps up his average of 1 goal a game, and more importantly, the Bulldogs are back on level terms, and there's plenty of talk. Nick Robinson organising things out there. Carboni having a chat to Ryan Kokel. So it's well and truly game on now. 10 minutes into the second half. Scores level. Just waited for it to come to him that time, Carbone. Davis has switched sides. Flag up for offside, however. Davis retreats back to his right fullback position. So Robinson will leave it for his keeper. Gets it anyway in the end, Nick Robinson. Searching ball for Edgar. Kokel. This has given the Bulldogs a bit of confidence. Carbone back for Booth. Oh no. Quickly on for Edgar, who wasn't anticipating. Still an attacking threat in terms of territory here for the Bulldogs. Last touch off Rochdale, Stenhouse it was. Josh Sherwood right at the edge of the penalty box. Unable to fashion a chance. Intercepted there by O'Brien. Edgar, pretty sure scored from the penalty spot in the 5-1 victory Capalaba had over Rochdale back in round 10. Not a bad crowd here for a Sunday night where both clubs have had to travel a fair distance for this match. Probably 300 or 400 in attendance for the late Sunday kickoff. Ackland. Stenhouse. 5. Once again, tries to deliver a bit of fancy footwork. Here's Field. Delivers one low. Skims across past Norris. Last touch off Capalaba, says the assistant on the far side. So, corner here for Rochdale. Here's the corner whipped in, punched away by Goodwin. There was a yellow shirt waiting, but it was Field with his back to goal. It's taken a deflection and ends up in the back of the net. Nick Robinson has immediately gone over to the assistant, saying that that player was offside. Claims fall on deaf ears, but doesn't matter because Rochdale go ahead again. Just struggled to find the goal scorer. Todd Norris it is, who we're being told has scored the goal. So, just before the hour mark, Rochdale find their noses ahead again. Still the chat goes on in the background with the referee, Nick Robinson. None too happy with that decision. Justin McMullen having a chat to Isidro Terol Crespo, but the goal will stand. Deflected effort, flicked on inside the penalty area. And Todd Norris, who scored a brace last week, again on the score sheet here in the final series. Capalaba were playing with a little bit of confidence. That might just take that back a peg again. Robinson aimed to go one way, confused Norris. Oh, and Robinson took exception to Norris having a little nudge at him, and Robinson was only going for the man that time round. And that's caused a bit of a kerfuffle. And that's exactly what Nick Robinson is saying, that he nailed me off the ball. There was a slight touch from Norris on Robinson on the way through. And Robinson, when he had the first opportunity, was going to make sure that he was going to make sure that Norris knew exactly what he thought about it. That might just put a bit of a spark into this game. Just going to have to keep a lid on here. Isidro Tirol Crespo. Both club seasons on the line here, so obviously the pot right at balling point. Graham Fife and Connor Booth just having a light-hearted work to each other and both come away laughing. Justin Mullen also light-hearted. Obviously, Fifey's had a little bit of a funny crack on the way through, as he's known to do. All right, let's see how this one plays out from here. Stenhouse with the resulting free kick. On by Fife and collected by Goodwin. Just hesitated there for a moment, MacArthur, anticipating that Stenhouse was going to come for it as well. Fife for the advantage of Norris. It's Norris and Robinson again. And goal kick. This time for the Bulldogs. So in the hands of Goodwin. Too far for Carbone. Cut out by Carbone just in front of Norris. Kokal, Booth, Josh Sherwood. Kokal again. O'Brien. Now Ono. Vauxhall has his attempted ball blocked. He's played it short. Not enough juice on it for Robinson. Fife has come in there. Faked the back heel. Goes to ground. And the referee says that was all good. Fife gestures as though he thought he was brought down. Just gesturing on the right shoulder. Felt that the Capalaba player had a tug on it and brought him to ground. Isidro Tirol Crespo had other thoughts though. Unable to string passes together at the moment are Capalaba. Again, it's Norris and Robinson. Robinson to it first. Field nods on. Swindells. Field, one of the goal scorers, tries to jink around Booth, who's forced to play the ball out for a corner. So Stenhouse from this eastern side of Terrelba Park. Movement begins to happen in the area. It's lofted high towards the back stick, punched away again by Goodwin. MacArthur able to fashion one in, and there's a third. It's Todd Norris again. Well, Rochdale now well and truly on the charge towards a grand final berth next weekend. Once again, there's complaints coming in from the Capalaba defenders saying that there was a push in the goal-scoring action. But it's Rochdale who now go out to a 2-goal lead. Scored just before the halftime break. Then Stu Edgar equalised for Capalaba from the penalty spot. But 2 goals in 8 minutes to Todd Norris has put the Rovers ahead once more and now out to a 2-goal advantage. So just on 23 minutes here for the Bulldogs to keep their 2019 season alive. Otherwise, we'll be seeing the Sunshine Coast Wanderers versus Rochdale next Saturday night at Underwood Park. Plains of handball. And again, desperate for anything at the moment, the Bulldogs. Norris can't do a lot wrong just at the present time. Josh Sherwood, he's been kept quiet so far this evening. Robinson. Kokal. O'Brien. Kokal again. It's the obvious statement, but the Bulldogs need to find some forward momentum. Can't make it past the edge of that attacking third at the moment. Field. Ackland. Ackland through for Norris, who tried to play his teammate Norris in again. Swindells. Too far this time for Field to reel in. And Carboni has gone down again here for the Bulldogs. So that might force a change, yes, and that's what Nick Robinson is motioning. Carboni immediately moves to this sideline so the substitution can be made quickly and not waste any more time for Capalaba. So Carboni's done. Who will be the man coming on for the Bulldogs? Immediately over to take the throw in, or thought he was, James Keogh in jersey 4 is the replacement for Capalaba. So Christian Carboni's night's done with 20 minutes to play. In regulation time, at least, we still have the possibility of going to extra time if Capalaba can find a couple of goals. Not looking likely at the moment, though. Robinson keeps Norris in close check, but gives away the free kick in the opinion of the referee. Hands on shoulders. Plenty of chat again in from Dusty McMullen. Can't take a trick at the moment, the Bulldogs. So Fife's free kick. Directed in towards the penalty spot, and Goodwin. It was dipping at the last moment. Norris again testing the Capalaba goalkeeper. He just had to deflect it over the bar. Nervous times, and had it been a fourth, he could have pretty much said goodnight nurse to Capalaba's season. Corner taken by Stenhouse, punched away by Goodwin at the back post. There's been a bit of a tangle there with the Rochedale player. And the Bulldogs now break on the counter. 1-on-1 potentially here. Murphy at the edge of the area makes a decisive save. It was Josh Sherwood, denied by the Rochdale custodian. Quick movement required by the Bulldogs. Not quite desperation stakes at the moment, but it's getting there very quickly. Time has to come shortly that they just have to throw caution to the wind and start throwing numbers forward. And Josh Sherwood, away by Murphy, Robinson, McMullen. Stenhouse to it first, and didn't think too much of his particular effort there. Here's O'Brien and Kokel. O'Brien under pressure from Bregan. McMullen intercepts for the Bulldogs. Kokel operating down that left-hand wing for his side. Booth. Josh Sherwood. This time it's Kokel. Fast becoming the focal point of his side. Keogh. McMullen. That yellow line, that yellow wall. Stout in defence at the moment, as I said earlier, conceded the 6th most goals in the FQPL this season. But they're up for the task this evening, trying to keep out the Bulldogs from reducing the deficit back to 1. Quarter of an hour to play. And still, the Bulldogs unable to penetrate into that attacking third. They've gone all the way back to their keeper in Goodwin. Didn't work along the ground. Let's try through the air. And once again, they're denied by MacArthur. Norris. Couldn't get the second foot in. Booth. Keogh. One on the heels is Norris. Turns it infield. Edgar lets it slide behind him. No teammates there in accompaniment. Just a wall of yellow shirts. As you'd imagine, Rochdale have gone quite defensive. Just the two up the top now. Tug of the shirt, allowed to continue. Field. Fife's there waiting. Norris waiting back stick. Just content for another corner. Plenty of encouraging words from Declan Murphy. 52-48. Possession in the advantage of Rochdale still. But with 14 shots compared to just 5 for Capalaba. High back stick, plucked out of the air by Goodwin. He's got Edgar waiting. Ackland's going to keep him in close check. Good pace from Ackland and receives the encouragement of Ryan Stenhouse as Capalaba about to make their second change of the night. So it'll be Josh Sherwood coming off. Will it be his brother replacing him? No, it won't. It'll be Hayden Ibrahim in jersey 16. Stenhouse took a heavy touch. Kokol couldn't recover for the Bulldogs. Then pulled out of the challenge. McMullen. Oh no. Man in space on that left-hand side is O'Brien. Skews it across the face. O'Brien scored a hat-trick in that round 10 game that Capalaba won 5-1. No stranger to scoring. Against Rochdale, 3 goals this season, all 3 of them came in that round 10 clash back on the 18th of May. Sure, Paul Arneson and his Sunshine Coast Wanderers team will be watching on very keenly, trying to dissect their likely opponents for next weekend. Leads a captain's knock now from McMullen. One back by Stenhouse for Rochdale. Field. Fife will just compose the situation. Norris. Couldn't link up with his teammate. Presents half a chance for Capalaba to try and get on the counter. Kokol. Turned by McMullen. Again, they've turned it over the Bulldogs. Just unable to control it in their midfield at the moment. Cheap turnovers to their opponents. Keogh. Ibrahim. Going in for the challenge with Swindells. Ibrahim able to evade it. Ackland doing well to steer Ibrahim wide here. And now tries to shield it to get the goal kick decision. That's great work by Caleb Ackland. Once again, encouragement from his teammates and his work there. No changes imminent for Scotty McNichols, Rochdale. Substitutes just camped over in that corner that we can see on shot at the moment. Just off to the right of Declan Murphy. No real warm-up going on, so as you'd expect, Scotty McNichol happy with his side's performance at the moment. Norris, his field was bowled over. Ackland. The Rochdale supporters go up. They saw the net ripple. Unfortunately, it was into the side netting. And for the recent work that Caleb Ackland has done, that would have been just reward. 10 minutes remaining. What have the Bulldogs got left in the tank? Target is Edgar. Nods on for Ibrahim. Edgar. Plenty of yellow shirts. It's just Fife and Norris in advance the ball. Dinked over by O'Brien. Connor Booth. At least this is better territory here for Capalaba. Still having a great amount of difficulty getting past those yellow shirts though. Keogh. McMullen. Keogh again. Threads one through for Ibrahim, who goes to ground. The referee was right in keeping the whistle by his side. Rochdale look to be going to their bench now to make their first change of the night. Probably just tick down some seconds here. Still 8.5 on the clock of regular time remaining. Booth. O'Brien. Oh no. Again, Rochdale posing a formidable defensive wall at the moment for the Bulldogs. Just knocking it around the Bulldogs at the moment in an attempt to find some forward traction into the spot that they need to get into. Murphy away. Edgar slides in, wins the ball. Switch of play. Looks to have picked out Ono. McMullen looked like got a touch in it. In fact, it was Ono and McMullen. Ono goes to ground, helped back to his feet by Stenhouse. Six to play. Can the Capalaba Bulldogs keep their season alive? They're going to need a goal here very quickly. Perhaps it's lined up here for Kokul. Scooped up by Murphy, who hasn't had a lot to do tonight, particularly in terms of having to make crucial saves. Really just the penalty attempt from Stu Edgar. It's the only thing that's really tested Declan Murphy tonight as Capalaba make their third and final change. It's a quick one. Looks like Liam O'Brien might have gone off. Coming on is Ollie Ferran, jersey 12. Fife, can he get himself on the score sheet? He's beaten one. Graham Fife couldn't beat the second. Goes back and retrieves the ball though. Just places the foot on it, threads it through. Now it's Bregan. And parried down by Goodwin. No yellow shirts waiting though, so he's able to get it at the second attempt. Under 5 to play. Time running out for the Bulldogs to keep their season alive. Cherry on the top would be a grand final appearance after being promoted. On for his own advantage, Field, who scored the first goal for Rochdale just before the half-time break. Ibrahim held tight by Ackland. Booth, 4 to play for the Bulldogs, plus stoppages. McMullen, first to it was Field, however. Norris on for 5. Just plays it down the left-hand side. Norris and Robinson are going to clash again. Robinson adjudged to have given away the free kick. This will knock valuable seconds off the clock here for Rochdale. Robinson having a chat to the referee. Isidro Terrell Crespo throws out the hands and says, what else could I have done? Only decision I could make. So not quite time for Rochdale to knock it down into the corner. Well, Fife is thinking about it in conjunction with Field. As so often happens in that situation, it's a cheap turnover. Ferran. Plenty of space to move in. Edgar. Over the head of Foran that time. Kokal now. Can't get it through the ground. They're going to have to go over the top here. Capalaba, and that just forces the level of inaccuracy. Boxall. Robinson. Need to get forward progress here, the Bulldogs. Surely now is the time to throw caution to the wind and send everyone forward. There's 90 seconds plus stoppages remaining at this stage. Doesn't matter whether you lose 3-1, 4-1. They've just got to find goals here. They won't do it that way. Fife. Be the nail in the coffin if Rochdale can find a fourth goal. Length of the park, the Bulldogs have to go now. But that back four for Rochdale, keeping things extremely tight, giving the Bulldogs no quarter. Ackland was infringed upon by Ibrahim. Round of applause from the Rochdale supporters. Rochdale about to make a change, just to wind down the clock a little bit more. So who will be the man going off for the yellow and green? Of course, it's one of the players on the further side of the field, and it looks like a second change, double change here for Rochdale. So Riley Swindell's coming off, so to Reece Bregan it appears. Double change for Rochdale as we tick towards the completion of 90 minutes. And the small but hearty bunch of Rochdale supporters in attendance shows their appreciation for Riley Swindells and Reece Bregan. So it looks like Bailey Davis on in 16. Pick up the other substitute in just a moment. It's 10, Aidan Walsh. So I think he's still got one change up his hand. Scott McNichol, we're into stoppage time. And the Bulldogs are going to have to go the length of the field here straight away to have any chance of keeping 2019 alive for them. Sunshine Coast Wanderers await. In fact, Jackson Rossi is already out there for Rochdale, so they have made their 3 changes. It was Jackson Rossi, actually one of those changes, not Bailey Davies. Down the line for Field too quick. And he'll do every last trick to try and delay the restart. Got to get forward, Bulldogs. Just, it's Route 1 football now, isn't it? None of this playing out from the back. I mean, you've got to try and force this game to extra time. And really, the only way of doing it at the moment is to throw numbers forward. Ibrahim. Kokol. Oh no. Not where he needs to be at the moment. Booth. Oh no again. Kokol. All but one Rochdale player behind the ball. Keogh. Kokol. McMullen. Bulldogs have got to show some desperation. This season is about to end. Walsh, Fife, he'll show his experience. Off to the corner is Norris. He'll be content just to go down there. 3 Capalaba players rushing to him. Cut out by Rossi. Stenhouse will intervene. Capalaba have won the ball, however, Kokol. Keogh, playing a tight line are Rochdale. McMullen. Edgar. It's too far, and there was only Ferrand inside of him anyway. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and it will be Rochdale who progress to the 2019 FQPL Grand Final. The Bulldogs eliminated at their first crack in the finals. They're out, so that means it will be Sunshine Coast Wanderers versus Rochdale Rovers in next week's FQPL Grand Final to be held Saturday night at Underwood Park. Here at Terrelba Park, it was Joey Field that scored right on the stroke of half-time for Rochdale to send them into the sheds with a 1-0 advantage. Then 10 minutes after the break, Stu Edgar, he replied for Capalaba from the penalty spot to make it 1-1. But 2 goals in 8 minutes to Todd Norris gave Rochdale the 3-1 lead, and that's how it finished after 90 minutes. So in the preliminary final, it's Rochdale 3 who have defeated Capalaba 1. As I said, Sunshine Coast Wanderers versus Rochdale in next week's grand final. You can join the Football Queensland Facebook page and YouTube channels next Saturday night, 6 o'clock kick-off time for that one, for all the action for the 2019 version of the FQPL Grand Final. But for the time being, from Terrelba Park, it's a very good night from Rafe Griffin on behalf of the team, where Rochdale are victorious and through to the 2019 FQPL Grand Final. Good evening, everyone.